guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here today to do my unique baby boys names video. I did put up a unique girls names video and you guys seem to like it, so I am here to do some boys names for you guys. If you have not seen the baby girl name video that I just put up, I will link it down below in the description box. So let's get started with the boys names. The reason why I consider these baby names unique is because, just like my girls names video, all but one of them are not in the top 1,000, and I am getting these numbers off of babycenter.com if you're wondering. So the first baby boy's name that I have for you guys is the name Dempsey. This is one of the names that I feel like could be unisex. I could see Dempsey on a boy or a girl. I'm not sure if it's more popular for a girl or not. The reason why I put it on this list is because I didn't even think about this name until after I had already put up my girls' names list. We actually were in a restaurant called Wig and Pen last night, and on the TV there was a commercial and it had some of the Grey's Anatomy doctors, and Patrick Dempsey was on there, and I was like, I really like his last name Dempsey, because if you guys watch my channel before this, I am really into baby names. However, I tend to gravitate towards names that are either place names or last names, not on purpose. It just seems to be like those are the names that appeal to me the most. And I'm like, I really like Dempsey, so I put it on this list for the sake of this video. But on babycenter.com, it is number 2,526. Name on my list is the name Alaric. This is the only name that is in the top 1,000 at number 952. If you guys have watched the show Vampire Diaries, you would recognize this name because Alaric is one of the characters in the show, and that's kind of why I think the name is so popular, because I had not even heard of Alaric before the show came on, and it's kind of made a huge jump in the past few years, and I think that I can contribute that to the show. I really like this name. I like the way it sounds. I like that it sounds different. I don't know if we would ever use it because it's rising so much in popularity, but this is a really good name to use, and it being 952, I highly doubt he would run into another one, and especially like having one in his class, I just don't think that it would happen. The next name is the name Miller. Obviously, the last name can be used as a first name. It is number 1,119 on the baby name list. I really like this name. I like that you can get the nickname Mills from it. We probably would consider using this name because if my husband would allow it. I really like the way it sounds. It's a name that everyone would be able to spell. And because it is so high up on the list, I doubt there would be a ton running around in school. So this name really, really appeals to me. Next name on my list is the name Rafferty. You guys know that this is one of my absolute favorite boy names ever, and I would love to name my son this one day. It is on our immediate top list if we were to conceive a boy. I love the name Rafferty. Again, it's another one of those last names that can be used as a first name. I love the nickname Rafe. I first heard the name Rafe in the movie Pearl Harbor, Ben Affleck's character, and because I wouldn't name the child just Rafe, I looked up online longer versions of that name and fell in love with the name Rafferty. I've never personally met another Rafferty. I don't think I ever will, maybe in my lifetime. I've also never met another Rafe either, so I would feel really good using this name, knowing that it probably wouldn't become common. It is at number 6,744 on the baby name list. The next name is a name you might be familiar with. It is the name Huxley. My husband and I have loved this name ever since we started trying to conceive about 19 months ago. We've been trying for quite a long time to get pregnant with our next child, and it was a name early on that my husband said that he really wanted for a boy. Since then, I do know that Micah Stauffer is naming her baby boy this, but it is at number 1,160 according to Baby Center. I like this name because if you guys know, my daughter's name is Aniston, as in Anniston, Alabama, right beside where I'm from. My husband and I currently live in Iowa because he's from here, and Huxley is a town just a few towns over, and I just really like the name of the town. And right when we started trying to conceive, we passed a road sign for the town of Huxley, and I was like, I love that. Let's name our son that someday. And I like that we could call him Huck for short, and altogether I just think it's a great name. The next name is the name Dashiell. This is one that I've heard kind of going through YouTube and a few other people's unique baby boy name videos. Right now on the baby name list, it is number 2,537. Right now I know that kind of Dash and Cash are pretty common for kids. I know that in our daycare we had 2 Cashes, and the one before that there was a Dash, so I know it's kind of popular I do believe that all of them, that was just their entire name. There wasn't a longer version of the name. So that's kind of why I like Dashiell. I like that you can get that nickname from it. But Dashiell to me just sounds very handsome, very grown up. I can see Dash as a little boy and then growing up to Dashiell as an adult. Altogether, this name is great. I'm a little surprised it's not more popular, but according to Baby Center, it is rising very quickly in popularity. The next name on my baby name list is a name that I've loved for a long time. I wouldn't use it because it's a little bit too short for me, and I kind of like a little bit longer names that you can shorten. But my mom and dad, they did want more kids after they had me because I am the youngest. However, it just didn't work out for them. They looked into surrogacy and etc. It just didn't work out. So they were stuck having me as the baby. But they always said that if they had a boy, they would name him this name, and that is the name Oren, O-R-E-N. I've never met another Oren before. I'm sure there's some kind of running around because it is kind of gaining popularity very quickly. It's at number 1,469 according to Baby Center. And I like this because it's a little bit different than Owen, which is a little bit more popular. But I just love this name because I always thought that if my parents did get pregnant, that if it was a boy, it was going to be named this. And I've just liked this name for a long time just because of that. It just feels kind of like homey to me, even though they were never able to conceive again. But I think this is a really cute name, and I can definitely see it for a little tot and for someone being older. And if he did not like his name, he could be called Ren. And I really am a fan of that name too as well. The last name on my baby name list is a kind of a family name for me. My great-grandmother, who is still alive, her last name is this name, and I like it. My husband would probably never allow us to use it because he's just never been a fan of the name. However, I absolutely adore it because obviously it has that family kind of feeling, and it's definitely more of a less common name, and that is the name Vaughn. And I don't know, I just like this name. I don't know if people would misspell it or they'd be familiar with it because it is a last name. The name Vaughn, actually we spell it different in our family, but it's typically spelled V-A-U-G-H-N, and it's at 1,064 on the baby name list on Baby Center. My grandmother's last name is V-A-U-G-H-A-N, and that on the baby name list is like 10,600 and something. So I really like this name. It's one of those names, again, that I can see taking you through adolescence to adulthood. There obviously probably wouldn't be like so many of them in your class where you have to be referred to as Vaughn S or Vaughn F or whatever the case may be. But overall, this is such a beautiful name and I love it. So that's it, guys. Those are my 8 unique baby boy names. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to see more like it or request another video, please leave comments down below, and I would love to hear what your son's names are or your favorite boy names. Just let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
No, I'm not hung